I've argued that there are really, for purposes of analysis, for thinking theoretically about this, in labels and categories, there are two kinds or two sources for civil religion. One is the elevating of mundane earthly things, elevating them to the status of our civil religion. So taking our heroes from important moments in history, taking a George Washington, a Thomas Jefferson, and you build monuments to them. And their words become really sacred words. We talked about how the Declaration and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights is displayed at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. And there's a hush over it. And it looks like a Baroque altar from a church. And we may not even think about that. I think that's part of Bella's point about it just being part of the background. But once you see it, you see it. And you think, well, this isn't just an ordinary everyday thing we're doing. We are elevating these documents to pretty much, as one historian called it, an American scripture. An American scripture. And there's a canon of that American scripture. And we might argue about what belongs in that canon. And especially in the 19th century, we start calling our heroes, right, the apostles, the disciples, the martyrs. We talk about the temple of our liberty. We talk about the ark of our liberties. Now, some of that goes back to classical antiquity. If we speak of the sacred fire of liberty, that goes back to Roman antiquity. Ethan.
Yeah, on page 47, Bella says, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were the sacred scriptures. In Washington, the divinely appointed Moses, who led his people out of the hands of tyranny. So it's that same connection, that idea.
Yeah. And this gets added to over time, and it might provoke a lot of controversy, right? Who belongs in that exalted company?